4,325 pounds, the J-Flight 232 rear bath couples camper here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. It's got everything you need, nothing you don't, and a surprising amount of storage and easy front walk around bed, so you're not doing that crawl over each other at night routine, with a little bit of bonus sleeping if the grandkiddos come along. Now, although the name has changed a couple times over the years, this model has been a staple of both the industry and really Jayco's J-Flight lineup for a long time now. The couple things have really kept this thing alive and current. A lot of what helps, I mean, J-Flight being the #1 selling series of RVs since 2005 and counting, there's a lot of little things that go into it, but there's a couple, I think, really big significant factors. And one is the interior height. This has a taller 6'9" interior clearance. And that makes this very, like, especially a no-slide camper like this, it gives it that more open, breathing room sense and feeling that you lose on a standard height travel trailer without a slide out. You know, with no slide, that extra height, it just really lets you open up and breathe and feel comfortable in here. Now, interestingly, the way they accomplish that is that this has a lower floor, not a taller ceiling, and we'll talk more about that as we go outside. But I do also want to point out, other than the carpet square to clean my feet, this is completely carpetless, so this is extremely easy to keep and clean. And this floor plan will probably always have a bit of a soft spot in my heart for me, because this was the last layout that my grandparents owned before they got old enough that they just finally had to quit camping. They started with the old 20-foot camper, then the 30-foot, then the fifth wheel, and then she had a knee surgery and down to back to the trailer. And then the other knee got done, and this is basically the camper they ended with. It's been called the 22 RB, the 22 FB, then it was the 23 RB J-Flight. And then what they really found is that a lot of folks, what they were looking for in a no-slide camper was simple, efficiency, effectiveness, and a price point. And the full-blown J-Flight is beautiful, but it's got a lot of equipment that increases the weight and the price tag. By moving it into the SLX family, which is the same construction as Big Brother J-Flight, just less gadgets and gizmos like TVs. You know, no TV here. You don't need a TV for necessarily. So that's what gets us to where we're at today in the 232 RB. And it has the same layout as the 23 RB J-Flight that I've always loved. Now, something that it does very well here, kitchen storage. We've got some pretty good kitchen storage. You've got pocket screwed cabinets with lumber core styles, meaning not particle board that's been stapled together. And you see that you even have plywood drawers below here and a nice wastebasket space that basic campers often miss. A more recent update, J-Flights, even these basic SLXs have gone to the nicer thermal foil countertops, the sealed edge membrane counters, but they're still including a big double basin sink. Pardon me. Literally choking on thin air. So, extra little things you're going to find. This is still pretty jazzy within its class. It still does everything that matters. Just doesn't do the things that don't. Like, we still got the nicer magnet-friendly metallic refrigerator inserts. Those are very nice for giving us, like, function space here. Now, again, like, you might find a TV as an option in one of these, but if you option a TV onto a J-Flight SLX, it'll be one of the most expensive TVs you've ever seen in your life. And we always try to spend what I call smart money. We don't want to, like, it doesn't make sense to add a $500 TV to this or whatever, a $300 TV, when we can go to the big box store of your choice and get a TV and a bracket and install it for like $150 or something, if that's what you're looking for. I don't know the hard numbers there, but my point is, this does everything that matters, and a lot of people looking for a no-slide camper, they're not concerned about the entertainment center. So we don't price gouge the people that don't care for the benefit of the one or two people that might. We can still accommodate those folks, no big deal. Now, we're like entertainment expansion ready. So you can see the little jumper here. This is like if you want to add a cable or satellite type system, or a satellite type system. Up here, there's still even 12-volt plugs to get an off-the-grid 12-volt TV. Now, we are Bluetooth stereo right here, but what's also kind of cool is, again, entertainment expansion options. We have HDMI and USB faceplates on that, so that if you want to get a streaming stick, because a lot of people are streaming their entertainment now. Like when I run on the treadmill, I watch Netflix on my phone. I don't sit there and watch like cable TV or whatever. You know, there you go. DVDs are kind of a dead medium, so they're sort of moving away from them here. I've got pretty good overhead storage here, but a couple neat things is there's a few things going on. So first of all, This dinette, whoop, if I pay attention where the camera is, I'm trying to back up so I can give us a nice look at it. There we go. So this dinette can fold down into a bonus sleeper, which is pretty handy. Very nice for like extra grandkid type guests or something like that. But what's also nice is there's also bonus storage below the seating, but I also like that little entry stand with the open, like, almost hutch design right there. It gives us a lot of function and feature out of this one little seemingly unassuming space. Other little detail things, I really appreciate that J-Flights recess their pedestal mounts down into the floor. That way you're not constantly kicking the thing. It's just less obtrusive, you know? Very private rear bathroom back here. And one of the things I always like about J-Flights is that we are tall person friendly. This is tall nerd tested, tall nerd approved. I don't have to have my head in the bubble. Right now you're probably being blinded by the reflection off my, sweaty forehead, but here you go, a little bit easier view of that. So being extra tall, 3 extra inches of inside height, is what makes or breaks the ability for me to stand in a shower like this. And it is quite large. I don't really ever feel cramped in here. We also have excellent floor space. And when it stopped being the 22 FB and became the 23 RB and now the 232 RB is when they went to this bathroom configuration and it opened up the bathroom dramatically to give it some nice open breathing space in here. Now, in terms of storage, you've actually got a really good storage capacity in this bathroom. Nice little spot for wastebasket, extra toilet paper, whatever down there. And then, boom, baby! Huge closet back in the bathroom of this thing. And it actually goes all the way around that corner. So what's nice is this is tall enough if you want to like put a little like a Swiffer or something in there or whatever you need, some extra totes or some stackable storage. There's all kinds of different solutions. There's entire RV groups dedicated to things like that. Also, I want to point out the fact that even here at their most basic level, J-Flights still have high-intensity LED lighting and central air conditioning so that you do stay comfortable spring, summer, fall camping. Now, kind of like the dinette could fold down, this sofa over here can also jackknife into a little bonus sleeper. So you don't really lose anything, and there is a measure of storage below that cushion right there. You just simply lift up the mechanism to access it effectively. Up here, very simple, but very effective. Easy walk around queen bed, but what's nice here is we have the struts to make this an easy lift, easy storage bed. And notice that even under the bed there's plywood decking so that you're not, none of this is made with scrap. Every ounce of this RV is made with intention. And a good example to see that is the fact that even at their basic level, they're still fully trimming out the windows, even in a J-Flight SLX, not even Big Brother J-Flight. And that's the thing, guys. It's not that this is a stripped down J-Flight. It's that this is the simple series versus the loaded up luxury type J-Flight series. Dual side stands with household outlets, very CPAP friendly if you see how large they are. And a more recent update, they're not just TV readies ready in the bedrooms of these J-Flight SLXs. They're actually including the bracket very, very, well, not very much, exactly like a White Hawk. The ultralight J-Flight kind of cousin in a way. But what's cool is this same bracket, if you put a TV on it, it can quick release, and you can take this thing outside and take it to a matching wall mount outside of the RV, click it in place, and it's good to go. And sometimes, there's nothing wrong with simple. Sometimes simple is simply effective. And there's a lot of folks who say, I don't want to slide out because I'm afraid of what could happen to it, possible repairs and things like that. Largely, I don't think that's a real major concern with simple care and maintenance. There's nothing really to be scared of there. But some people just don't need the extra weight and cost of a slide out because slide outs very quickly add a lot of weight and money. That's one of the reasons why this is much, much lighter and much, much less money than something like a 245 RLS J-Flight SLX. The biggest difference really is the slide, not necessarily the size. Now, all J-Flights benefit from something that is pretty uncommon in the industry, and that is their full 2-year warranty. Not just structural, but a full 2-year RV warranty. Because there's only 1 or 2 year RV warranties, structural coverages that you hear out there, not that there's anything wrong with them, it's just that they're not a full RV warranty. They're not going to cover things like your expensive stuff like your refrigerator, your microwave, your air conditioner, your water heater in year number 2 and 3. This will cover it for a full 2 years, double the coverage. Now, I mentioned earlier how this has a taller not a taller ceiling rather, but actually a lower floor. And the area where you can kind of see it here is, or how it's accomplished, is right up here. And you see that the chassis, the body, is actually integrated right with the A-frame. And what that allows for is actually a lower floor, which means lower center of towing gravity, with a greater interior clearance without actually increasing the total exterior height, which is pretty darn cool. Now, notice that we've got big baggage doors on both sides of this camper, and what's nice about that, they're wider, they're taller, and it gives you access to that huge underbed storage area in there. I mean, and again, you can easily lift the bed to get to it from either side. All the windows are tinted. That keeps the temperature down because we are blocking a lot of the solar radiation that's going on here, and it also improves your privacy and prevents furniture fade. Little detail stuff too, like the fact that our stovetop hood actually vents outside, so that if you do stand at the stovetop and you're cooking, you don't feel like you've got you know, some hairy back prisoner breathing in your face and sweating you to death, you know. Hopefully nobody knows what that actually is like. Anyway, here's a maybe not just best in class, but maybe best in industry. And you're seeing it on the most basic thing Jayco makes, and that is Goodyear endurance radials. They're using the best tires out there, rated for up to 87 miles an hour, and they are also protecting your investment with a galvanized steel wheel well here, because God forbid, let's say you just catch some terrible debris on the road, you can still have a flat. It's not that it's impossible, it's just that those are much, much better, especially for temperature fluctuations during high-speed towing. That's where those are really nice. This is better rated for highway speeds with those tires. But if, God forbid, you do experience a flat and that belted radial gives up the ghost, that shield right there might make or break the difference between this camper just needing a new tire or needing a massive insurance estimate and repair. Here's something you don't usually find at this class and category: all LED tail and marker lights. Now, this specific camper in this specific video came in right before the smart lighting deadline. And what that means is that, again, chances are this is the one that this thing's already left. If you guys visit our dealership with as many of this model as we sell, chances are this one's already come and gone. However, there is a chance that this is the one that you're still looking at. It does not have the smart light feature. I always want to be clear on that. But I also need this video to be long-lived for folks. So what is smart lighting? It's something that debuted last year in Eagles. So basically, when you flip on your turn signals, most fifth wheels and trailers, well, all of them other than Jayco, only your tail light is going to blink with the appropriate signal. With smart lighting, side marker and upper, front and rear clearance lights will blink along with that signal to give the other drivers on the road a better, more clear understanding of your intentions on the road. That is a safety feature that's existed for a long, long time on tractor trailers, and amazingly, it's only now just starting to get into the towable RV business. Spare tire is standard on these, although I sure hope you don't need it. And the reason I point that out is because when you are more of a starter class camper, as this is probably generally considered, you don't always get spare tires. You don't always get stabilizer jacks. Well, this has those things, because those are necessities. It's nonsense not to have that. You also get a full hot and cold outside utility shower. Now, obviously, you're going to do the bulk of your showering inside, unless you're more of an exhibitionist and then live your dream. Just do me a favor and don't camp next to me. So, what we're looking at here is kind of a remnant of a previous time where you could actually add a little mini fridge to this outside compartment right here. That's part of the reason it's extra tall. But folks liked the size of this compartment so much, and they found so many different uses for that power outlet up in that upper right corner, that Jayco just left it. It's just nice to have it here. And again, tell me when more storage is ever the wrong answer. So our awning here is easy tilt. They put pretty much the biggest awning on this they could, because otherwise it would interfere with baggage doors. And if you start looking real close, you'll find that your speakers are actually installed in the awning heads themselves, so that when the speakers open up, the sound points down at your campsite, not over at the neighbor next to you, because he sure doesn't like your music. Here's that, now this is the same TV bracket we saw outside. Between video segments here, I took the bracket from inside. I don't want people to think there's separate brackets inside and outside. I'm not here to try to confuse anybody. I'm here for the sake of clarity and benefit to everyone. But again, if you add a TV to something like this, it's very easy to float one TV inside, outside, or just to be able to store an outside TV indoors and out of the way. Let's see, actually, I think we're pretty good. Oh, the awning's easy tilt. It literally only takes 2 fingers to crank and tilt that awning. so that if it is like a rainy day or something like that, you know, you can sit outside under the patio still, unless of course it's a torrential downpour, and then you want to roll it up. And if it's going to be windy and you're going to be gone, roll it up when you leave, guys. Don't take the chance. It's just not worth it. So, if this all sounds fun, good, interesting, remember that at Haylett RV, we only do everything except for hidden dealer fees. We don't do those, but we do hitching, pieces, parts, trades financing, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything in between. This is a brand of RV I've always had a lot of respect for. I think, again, some of it might stem back to the fact that this is a brand that my, grandparents kind of camped in, and really this specific floor plan kind of hits me in the feels. But I camp in a J-Flight. I generally camp in a 26-foot J-Flight SLX bunkhouse. So basically, literally just the bunkhouse version of this. I found the value in it. I believe in it. I don't spend my money any different from you folks. So if, you're kind of wondering sometimes, well, what would you actually camp in? Basically, this. That's where my confidence level was. I like the extra height. I like the extra warranty. I like the everything that matters, nothing that doesn't logic behind this camper, because I'm a very function over fashion person. So I'll get off my pulpit there. That's enough about me, because this is about you and what works for your family. But sometimes it's nice to know the people that actually do this, what kind of camper do they think is actually really cool. So that answers that question. With that, take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.